It's happening again. The rumors are coming through and it's happening again. The GTA 6 delay. As soon as the release date got announced of May, people were immediately like, don't believe it. It's going to get delayed again. And I personally thought if they're putting a date on it, I don't think there's any way that it's going to get delayed. But in a recent Tom Henderson article, in a couple different interviews, people are saying they think it's going to get delayed. May doesn't seem right. And well, we got a video from Cyberboy. This is someone who we've been watching a lot for GTA. And he's got a video specifically on the GTA 6 delay rumors and what is really going on. So let's find out what's really going on.
From posts, and I thought the world was ending, but no, that's not the case yet anyway. But there's been some rumors and murmuring that GTA 6 could get delayed to the end of next year, or possibly would get delayed to the end of next year. Now,
I always assumed it was going to be a September game. Let's just say that before he gets into anything.
There's a few things that I want to cover in today's video, and I want to make it very clear that I don't want to make this video like a fear-mongering video. It shouldn't be like that. I want to give you the information that I have that's at least as accurate as I think it could be, because the truth is no one really knows if it's going to be delayed. But I think it's important that we at least explore the what ifs, whys, and possibilities, because I'm a GTA 6 channel and it's only right that I cover it. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. So where did all of these rumors start and where are we getting this information from? Well, personally, I don't think this is really tangible enough to report on, but it has sent Twitter into a frenzy, so clearly enough people are listening to it. This came from Tom Henderson.
Okay, so Tom Henderson has been, I don't actually know who he is, but he's the owner of Insider Gaming, and he's been pretty reputable. Typically, he has sources. He's been big for Call of Duty. He has sources either within Activision or within the studios themselves. And he typically gets information pretty early and is quite often pretty right. So,
who is the editor-in-chief of Insider Gaming. Now, Insider Gaming is a massive gaming publication, and they publish things about games all of the time. And of course, they do actually have some inside sources.
Yeah.
And they have been correct on numerous predictions in the past about other games. And of course, Tom Henderson in the gaming space is widely regarded as a decent, if not great, source of information when it comes to many games, including games like Grand Theft Auto. Now, he recently did the Insider Gaming podcast. Now, I'm going to play you two clips of what he had to say, but we'll start off with the first one.
I mean, to be honest, I don't think that it is going to release in May. For
that alone.
some reason, I just cannot see GTA 6 releasing in May. You know, all the rumblings and so on just doesn't seem to suggest it. Not good enough to corroborate it, report on it. So
now, in this first clip, he said once again he's been hearing like murmurings and rumors, and
so the last we heard of GTA 6 and the development, what was going on behind the scenes. And keep in mind, this could be very wrong. But there was this rumor going around that the third act, the final act of the game, hadn't been completed yet and hadn't been written. And I find that incredibly weird because I know that early on they record a ton of the voice lines and that just didn't sit right with me. And he's not reporting on that. So I don't know how true that was.
He hasn't stated where they've come from. We can probably assume that that's come from Rockstar. We really don't know, and I think going anything beyond speculation at this point would be very stupid. The truth is that every single game that Rockstar work on, and pretty much most employees at Rockstar, feel like games won't be ready in time. This was the case even up to the release of Red Dead Redemption 2.
True.
3 weeks before launch. I know people that worked at Rockstar during that period that didn't feel the game was ready to come out, and they thought the game was going to get pushed back again, and it didn't. Now, if the person he spoke to at Rockstar is, you know, senior management or manages a certain department or team, maybe there's a lot more weight to it than someone that maybe started a couple of weeks ago. But once again, we really don't know. And at this point, it's far too early to say whether Rockstar would need to delay the game yet. They won't even know themselves. We usually hear about delays around 5 to 6 months before the given release date. And that's when Rockstar has to make an executive decision about whether they need to delay the game further. Now, there is a second clip, which I'll play for you right now.
for me personally, I think we're looking at October.
And that's kind of what I was saying, September-ish.
That's what I was thinking.
And
Yep.
then it allows them to obviously get the holiday sales.
Now, once again, there's nothing about this that I generally disagree with. Of course, the holiday period is fantastic for Rockstar, and they're not missing out on the holiday period by releasing in May. Pre-orders could be opening in December of this year, and they would make a metric ton of money from that. Then, of course, they would have the holiday season next year as well. The thing is, and I know I big up Rockstar and I'm a Rockstar-based channel and all of this, but I think it's fair to say that the holiday season for Rockstar probably wouldn't make a significant difference to GTA 6's sales. Not enough to...
He's absolutely right. This is a game that, like, you can look at being... It's the top-selling game, like GTA 5, I'm saying, is the top-selling game in the last 30 years. At least on PlayStation it is. And on top of that, it's a game that isn't just a one-year game. Like a game like Call of Duty, a game like Battlefield to a certain extent, definitely sports games, get a bunch of sales at Christmas because they come out every year, and grandmas buy their grandkids the games that come out every year because they recognize the names. GTA is a different animal. Everyone buys it all the time because this game's going to last 10 years, and it doesn't matter whether you buy it in May or whether you buy it at Christmas, you're going to be playing it for years.
Really report on, or to really change whether investors dump money into the business. I think the holiday season argument maybe is a little bit less relevant for Rockstar than it is for other developers, and I don't think that's a controversial take. That game will sell regardless of when it's released. People aren't going to be waiting to Christmas to get it, and maybe that affects some children's sales of the game. But once again, you know, the UK is one of the bigger markets for Rockstar games, and with age verification, most people that are going to be buying the game are going to be buying it with their own money, not a parent's purchase. So, of course, some more contextual information is given before we need to really think if there's a delay or not. Now, I just want to play devil's advocate and assume that there is a delay. I think we should have a conversation about the scenario in which the game would be delayed. Now, looking at the general feedback that I'm seeing on Twitter...
something about while he talks here.
Mainly because it's on Twitter. But a lot of people are very angry that if Rockstar delay the game, they're not going to buy the game anymore. Anyone that's going to lie to themselves and pretend that they're going to avoid having years of fun because Rockstar decided to delay the game, you're not just lying for yourself, you're rage baiting. The game will sell, you'll play it, and we will all buy it and probably really, really enjoy it. But if they do delay the...
This is what I wanted to find, and I found it. We're going way back here, but let's start with Red Dead 2, the release date of October 26, 2018. Okay, October release, fall release. GTA 5, September 17th. I remember that one very, very well. 2013. So we have a September, we have October. So why would we think that maybe they would go to spring? GTA 4, April 29th. So that's more of that time period. So there is some precedent to them releasing in the spring. It's just their last two games they haven't.
The game, and there are some causes behind that. What could those causes be? Well, it's not going to be Rockstar trying to spite their fans. It's not because Rockstar hate their fans. If Rockstar delay the game, it either really comes down to two major key things. One, the game isn't ready and Rockstar want to give us the best experience possible, because the best experience possible will help not just sell the game, but make online and all the other components of Grand Theft Auto games more successful long-term financially. Next is...
You want to see what's crazy? I mean, it helps that they've had other games released like Mafia and Borderlands, but Take-Two's stock, even with the GTA 6 delay, has gone up 22% in the last 6 months. Like, that's pretty crazy, right? With this kind of delay. So they actually don't really have to be worried about delays affecting their bottom line, which is like the only company that works for. And in fact, after the delay happened, their stock went down, I want to say 2%, maybe 5%. It might have been a little bit more than I'm thinking. And then a day later, they released trailer 2 in the online, like the website stuff, and it was immediately up 15%.
The business decision. If Take-Two Interactive decide that the release is too close to another release that they have coming out and it conflicts too hard, where the other franchise would lose too much money by releasing maybe in the same week or two as Rockstar games, then there may be instances there where the game would get pushed back. But in reality, that's probably less likely out of the two. And I think a good friend of the channel, Project Vice, put it best in his recent tweet. Rockstar's original statement when they announced the first delay was this: the goal has always been to try and exceed your expectations. And Project Vice followed this up with a very good point. If they delay it again, it won't be because releasing it in the holiday period will be to maximize sales,
100%.
but to give us, the fans, the best GTA 6 experience possible. And for all of the hating and bashing of Rockstar about how they're a money-making machine and they sold out, whatever that even means. But all of these different claims about Rockstar in a negative light, the truth is Rockstar do genuinely care about their fans. In all of their games over the years, they have tried to make a game that sells, obviously for a financial benefit, but to give us a good experience. If we enjoy playing the game and have a good experience, they sell more games. It's in Rockstar's best interest to act in our best interest. Now, obviously, that's deviated a little bit at Grand Theft Auto Online. I think that it's slightly grindy in some aspects when it comes to the monetization side of the platform. But at the same time, that is something that they're going to try and revise and rework on for GTA 6. And that's something that we've seen very clear signs of with the way that they're looking at introducing like server meshing and stuff like that. They're going to try and make Grand Theft Auto Online a more appealing platform for players. Now, if the game is delayed, then the game is delayed. There is really nothing we can do about that. And I feel at this point, maybe I'm just getting old and jaded, but I don't think there's anything we can really do about it. We can be bummed out for a little bit by it, but at the end of the day, if a delay announcement comes at the end of this year, it will come with some other trailers, some more content, maybe something different, maybe something like an app we can have on our phones, or there's many different things that Rockstar can do to help satiate our wait for the game. And
yeah, so people are going to be pissed if it gets delayed again. Like, let's just be clear here. People are not going to be happy. But they're like, the only way this game does any damage, even with, say it gets delayed twice more, the only way that this game actually does damage is if it comes out and it's not essentially perfect, right? Because that's what people are expecting at this point. So if this game comes out and it's buggy, if this game comes out and anything is wrong with it, people are going to be far more mad at that than if it gets delayed 1 or 2 or 3 more times, right? So as a company, that's what they have to know right now. The bigger mistake is releasing an unfinished game than delaying it. Like, it just is for them at this point.
yeah, like I said, if they delay it, of course it'll suck, but there'll be good reason to delay it. I see a lot of this negativity spreading, and that's why, being brutally honest, and this is going slightly off tangent from the topic, but recently I've kind of checked out a little bit of the GTA 6 news stuff, mainly because no matter what is reported about it, no matter what opinions are weighed up in the conversation about GTA 6, we've gone back to the same cycle we were in before Trailer 2, where there's a lot of negative sentiment about not just Rockstar Games, but anyone that covers Grand Theft Auto related stuff.
Oh.
And it does grind on you.
Well, no, okay. There is a reason for that. Because there's a very big difference on someone making a video like this that is talking about what is going on than the speculation stuff where they're wearing tinfoil hats and guessing numbers and pulling numbers off of t-shirts and being like, this is what's going to happen, and just being wrong over and over and over again. That's where the negativity and sentiment comes towards GTA people. And dude, they get views, so like I get why they do it, but at the same time, that's where that comes from.
For me, I created the other channel, and that was a good way to like relieve my brain of GTA 6 stuff for a little bit until we get some more information. And the pessimism around Grand Theft Auto is, at the moment, I think at an all-time high, an unhealthy high. I understand a little bit of pessimism and anticipation for the game, but I think news such as this really, really brings out, with all due respect, I love you all as subscribers, but it definitely brings out the worst in the community. A lot of the frustration about this information is taken out on GTA channels, and you might see it in the comments of this video. There's a lot of frustration taken out on Grand Theft Auto channels for covering things like this, and I don't want to fearmonger. I want to have honest conversations with you guys about what a delay would look like, what that means for us as fans, and why Rockstar might do that. And the truth is, there's not really much we can take away from what Tom Henderson actually said. He did reiterate it's his opinion, but to be honest, he
just doesn't have anything to support it. He's heard, basically what you can take away from that is he's heard murmurs of a delay. So has everyone. But he's, from his experience, which is someone who's very experienced and knows the ins and outs of the industry very well, this is what he thinks is going to happen. So it's not a confirmed delay. It's a speculated one.
could say in plain text that he totally made it up and people would still run with it. Welcome to the internet. But yeah, I personally, and if people want my opinion, you probably don't. My personal opinion is that the game has probably a 20 to 30% chance of being delayed. Rockstar have delayed games twice before, but always for good reason. And when they've finally released those games, they've always been masterpieces. So let's not forget that if there is a delay, it's probably for the best interest of the game and the product that we pay for and receive. No one's getting spited out of their hard-earned money by the game being delayed. I think if it goes on for another 5 years, the game repeatedly getting delayed, I think we can have maybe a different conversation.
Yeah. If the game doesn't come out next year, then the conversation's open. Like if it gets delayed to September and then doesn't come out and they're like May of next year again, they do the same thing, then the conversation's on the table.
If it gets delayed and then delayed again and then delayed again and delayed again, I think we maybe, say what is actually going on at Rockstar. And maybe that speaks to a more intrinsic issue within the company operationally. And maybe that's something we investigate. But for the time being, until we get an official announcement, I wouldn't worry. And even if it is delayed, I wouldn't worry either. We're all just excited. And yeah. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this whole GTA 6 delayed situation. I didn't want to fearmonger with this video. I think it's an interesting topic nonetheless. But
so I think what the actual better question is if there is a delay, when will we hear about it? And I think what it will come down to is one of two things. I think around Christmas/New Year is when we're going to get like trailer 3, if you will. And if there's going to be a delay, I think it'll be around that same time. So if we get another trailer and it's not delayed, I think we're in the green. If we get another trailer or there's no trailer, until that happens, I would be speculative. We get another trailer with the same release date on it. All right, this is some concrete evidence that this is going to be coming out in May. But until then, I would say be speculative. And with video games, nothing is ever concrete.